Hello YouTubers, how you doing? CJ here. I hope you're all keeping well. Alright, I'm not going to be talking much today. I am going to be getting right into it and showing you my vinyl updated collection. So, quite a while back I did a video showing my vinyls, but since then it's been updated, and some of the vinyl you're going to see today you would have seen in the first video, and there's going to be quite a bit that you haven't seen because I didn't have it at the time. Those of you who've seen my earlier videos when I first started doing collection videos, you know the story behind myself and my vinyl collection. Well, not just my vinyl collection, but my entire Elvis collection. So I'm not going to go into detail on that. If you do hear any whistling sounds, it is my bird in the background here. Well, it's not my bird, she's a kid's bird, but the family bird then. Okay, so yeah, let's get right into it. So this is Elvis's first album here. Now I don't really have a lot of first pressings, but I am going to do my best to collect all the first pressings, well, the UK editions anyway, at least. Okay, so this is Elvis's first album. This is an Italy pressing. There's the back. This is stereo. It's on the tanned label, orange tanned label there, like a goldy tanned. Some people call it gold, but it is the tan label. So, and please excuse me, I've got this little thing, this old saying, if you look after your stuff will look after you. And I like to keep things in the best condition. Okay, so that's an Italian pressing. And this one is a much later release. This is, again, his first album. Take them out of that, it might be a bit easier. I believe this is a, it says printed in Germany, so I'm guessing it's a German release. This is a NL89046. Mind you, it says UK on there as well, so I'll just show you this. This is also a stereo, black label there. You know what, I'm going to need these out for something I'm doing later on. I'm going to need them out of my protective pieces here, my protective sleeves. So let's take these out as I go along to show you. Excuse me, 1 second. There's going to be a lot of these. Put it down there for a second. Okay, so there we go. They're out now. The sheet out the protective sleeves, because I do need them for something I'm doing later on. I'm kind of sorting them out, and I need to look at the labels of the actual records. So it'd be easier if they were already out for me, because I have an appointment today. So I'm going to try and get through this video best I can. Okay, so here is Elvis's second album, Rock and Roll. It was originally just called Elvis, I think. So in the UK, this had a different sleeve. But then it did get released in this sleeve much later on. So, and this is a stereo. Yeah, I believe this is the 1970s reissue. On an orange label, RCA orange label. I do have some first pressings, and I will, as we go along with it, much a bit later on though. And basically that's why I need the vinyls out of the sleeves, is because when I come back from my appointment on my knee, I'm going to be looking through, because I found a great website that lists all the editions. So anyway, here is Loving You. This is also stereo. This is again a later pressing. It's not an original. I am sorry about any reflections or any glares. And just to let you know that this thing here, there's actually a mirror under there, but I put a sheet over it, a blanket over it, because I didn't want any of the light reflecting, because it's a pain in the backside. This is also on the RCA Victor orange label. Thought it was. Here's another pressing of Loving You. Again, this is a later issue. UK one, this is a UK one though. Again on the RCA orange label there. Okay, so this is Elvis's Christmas album. The US had a different cover to the UK. Oh, there's the old ring light there. This is, I believe, the second pressing. But I'll double check later on this particular website that I found. So, Christmas album. Oh, and it was a I believe this is a mono pressing. Yeah, mono. Sorry about that. Just because I'm trying to get through these. I'm not trying to rush, but I am at the same time. Okay, so this is a mono pressing. Elvis Golden Records, Volume 1. Now this is a red RCA label. UK. And here's another. This one is the later pressing. Golden Records Volume 1. And the RCA orange label there. And this is also, I believe, a mono, or is it a stereo? Man, I have got so much to learn back that I've forgotten. Now we've got another Elvis Golden Records. This is on the Doll label. I will say the sound on this vinyl is incredible. I gotta say. Okay, so this is King Creole. This is a UK. This is the later pressing on the orange label. This is stereo. The Dolls are stereo as well. Then we have A Date with Elvis. Now, something I didn't know until last night about this vinyl. This is on RCA International. And there's a little story about that, about this, that I found out last night. And I will tell you in my next vinyl video, which won't be for a while. In fact, it might not be for a good while yet, but when I do, I'll remind you. Green International. Do you know, when I was a kid, before I had my father's collection, I was obviously collecting vinyl myself. Before my dad's collection was handed down to me. I still love buying the RCA International. So, a date with all this. This is a mono pressing. Okay, 50 million Elvis fans can't be wrong. Elvis Golden Records Volume 2. Okay, this is stereo. I was showing this where no ring light was there. That's what I'm doing wrong. Okay, there's the back. Now some of these have like ring wear, what have you, around it. But you know what? I actually like that. When you get an original first pressing or second pressing or whatever, and it's in mint condition, it's nice. But especially if you can get a first edition, if you get a first pressing and it's got that little bit of, I'm not saying this is a first pressing because it ain't, but if you can, or is it? I'm not sure. When you do get like winged, I think it gives it a little bit more character. I think it shows that somebody's, you know, it's had his worth. You know what I mean? I actually like that a bit. It's gives it a bit of nostalgia. You know, I understand with a lot of collectors they want them in as in pristine condition as possible. I mean, I wouldn't want one that's with a cover all ripped and torn and stuff, and there's vinyl in bad condition. No, I'm not saying I'd want that, but just with a little bit of where you're in there, it just gives it a little bit more nostalgia to me. So that's Golden Records Volume 2. And this is a US pressing. On the black label there. And then we have GI Blues Living Stereo. It's an LSP. I'm going to have to sort my lighting out for definite because I'm not happy with how this light is. It's mainly the positioning really. So, and this is a Canada pressing. And this is on the goldy tanned label. I mean, that could be a first pressing, but it just could be a Canada first pressing. I'll double check that, but that's pretty cool. Now, I can't exactly remember what I showed in the very first video I did and what I didn't, or what I had then, or what I didn't have then. So, okay, so this is a reissue of His Hand in Mine. Now, the cover was changed to this. I'll show you what the original cover was like in just a few seconds after I show you this one. But this is a US pressing on the orange RCA label. Okay, now the original pressing. Somebody's just posted something from the door. Oh, it's just a postman. This is the original cover artwork. This is a mono. His Hand in Mine. Now this could be a first pressing, because the website I found last night tells you all that this person's gone to extensive research to find out what the first pressings are, and has put pictures of the labels themselves and the cover art, and they also tell you, it tells you when the labels were changed, and it gives you the background behind all the labels and so forth. Absolutely amazing. And there was a book that I was recommended to get, and it wasn't exactly cheap, it wasn't exactly expensive either, but I like to do my own research every now and then, and I was feeling a bit thing about being told what was what, feeling a bit, uneasy really. I bit confused because so many people was telling me one thing, so many people was telling me another, and I'd forgotten what the first presence was because I blocked it all out of my mind. And if you watch my not first recording, first published 1960, so this could be second pressing. So yeah, His Hand in Mine, but that's the original artwork. We have another His Hand in Mine, and this is a reissue. This is on the RCA International green label. Obviously the colour's more fuller here. And then we have RCA International, something for everybody. Again, this one's RCA International, but it's got a black label. And it matches up with the catalog number. So, black label. I thought all the RCA Internationals were green. Okay, well, I'll have to do some checks on that. That's the black and silver label. Okay, so I have Blue Hawaii mono pressing. Now I have two of these, but they're two different ones, but they look similar, and I'll show you the differences in a minute. And this is the small RCA Silver Dot. Now, I think this is a second pressing. That's my first record, first published 1961. Right, so I'm guessing this is a second pressing. Okay, just put that there for a second because I have this one. Right, now I think this is a first pressing. Even though it says first recording, first published 1961. Or could the first pressing of this be a red dot? Who knows? Right, so I'm going to tell it looks the same as the other cover. The silver dot is a bit larger. And also the other difference is the top of each cover. See? The Blue Hawaii title on the right end is smaller on one than it is on the other. What's that one? I did that way around. So that's that. Oh, I'm going to have a lot of fun going through these later and that website at the same time. Oh, boy, am I going to do it. So this is Potluck RCA International. Something I will say that is a real big gripe to me is when stickers are put on. I hate, that is my one gripe, is stickers. A hype sticker, I don't mind when it's like a hype sticker by year that's relevant to the record or the vinyl. But when it's some records I see in shops where people have put their names on them and stuff like that. No, it's a no. That's on the I don't know what I'm taking it for. See, that's RCA International, and that's got got a black label. Excuse me, black silver label. Obviously, I'd put that in this way because some of these are a pain to get back in. So, that's potluck. And we have girls, girls, girls. Thought so. This is a later repress. And it's on the RCA orange label. Advertising albums at the bottom there. Okay, I've got two of that. It happened at the World's Fair. Now, I do believe this is a US pressing. I'll tell you the reason why in a second. Again, I'm sorry about the light. I'm doing my best. Not only does it say, but it's also got the American label, RCA, on the black label there. Again, these stickers. Now these stickers here, where it's got the catalog number, I'm guessing the record company put those on. It's still a gripe though. I still don't like them, but there we go. What can I do with it? Okay, so this is again another version of It Happened at the World's Fair, and this is a reissue. I'll leave the reissue with a B on the back. Really nice thick vinyl, mind. On the orange label there. Okay, so this is Collector's Gold Vinyl Edition. This is actually pretty cool. I think even when I get the, I think there'll be some reissues I do keep. This is pretty cool. Collector's Gold Vinyl Edition. And I think they all came out on, all the Golden Records came out on this. And these sleeves here showing all the Elvis releases, I love these. Absolutely love them. Look at that. That's pretty cool. And I do have another Golden Records Volume 3 to show you. This is a stereo. And this website as well tells you, you know, what's stereo, what's mono, and so forth. So I'm going to have to look in because I think this is obviously a later reissue. This is on the RCA Orange. And then we have Fun in Acapulco. This one's a later issue on the RCA Orange label. See, some are better than others when I'm doing the light. Urgh! Never mind. By the time I do the next vinyl video, at least as well, well, that's all it. So here's another Fun in Acapulco. This is the mono. And this is a red dot. Da, 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 da. So I think that's the first pressing. Pretty cool. And it's UK too. Lovely jubbly. Cousins, kissing cousins. Oh, this one is a later reissue. I think it's the 1970s reissue. Ooh. And it is on the RCA Orange label there. Kissing Cousins. I think this is a US press, I think. Could be wrong though. It's been a while since I looked at these. Oop. Later repressed again, orange RCA. And we have a Roustabout, which is also a later repress. I do like these albums. Do you know, the reissues on the RCA orange, what I like about them, the vinyl was so thick. And I do like them, the good sound quality. Okay, here's Elvis for Everyone, RCA International. Did you know I discovered something last night as well? And I remember my dad telling me about it years and years ago. And I do remember having the vinyl, but it wasn't until last night it kind of hit me a little bit. RCA International Green. And what I found out, there was an album due to be called Elvis for You, and it got released as Flaming Star and Summer Kisses. I remember having it on vinyl. Not the Elvis for You, the Flaming Star. This is also a red dot. Sorry, yeah, another first edition for this one. This is Harem Holiday. UK. There are a lot of fans who don't really rate this album, but for me, my love for Elvis is something that I can never ever explain. Apart from my wife, nobody else will understand. So, this is the US pressing with the US title, Harem Scarum. Same album, same movie, just two different titles. And in fact, on the VHS release over here, I've still got the original. Well, I've still got its replacement, obviously, but I replaced the UK version of the movie under the Harem Holiday title, and even on the startup in the opening credits, it comes up as Harem Holiday. Obviously, the DVD that's released worldwide comes up as Harem Scarum, and it's a US pressing. This is a reissue, Frankie and Johnny on the RCA International. Green label. I'm sorry I'm showing you these quick. As I said, I got an appointment at 12. And I won't have time to do what I want to do before I go out. That's why I'm taking them out with the sleeves now. Here's Paradise Hawaiian Style, although that picture is not from this movie, it's from Finding Acapulco. RCA International. And then we have Spin Out. Or should I say Californian Holiday. Yes, two different titles, same movie. And the vinyl did get released as Spin Out and also as this one here. This one's on the RCA International label. Okay, this one is How Great Thou Art. This one's again a later reissue. On the RCA orange there. There's something bugging me about that. I'm sure I did have some with here. Oh, I might have made a mistake. Okay, so then we have a Double Trouble. Well, I remember when I first had this when I was younger. The first time I had this soundtrack, I was like, which is which? What's the front, what's the back? I was only a kid at the time, you know. 5 or 6 years old. This is obviously a later repress. This is the RCA orange label. And then we have Clam Bake. I believe this is a US pressing. No, this one does not come with a picture, sadly. But not all UK pressings got released with a picture. Obviously, there was a lot more in the US, because that's what this is, a US pressing. So when I collect all the UK first pressings, maybe I'll be very selective on what others I keep. There'll be a few of them I keep, but not all. This is Elvis Golden Records Volume 4. This is mono. That's a red dot as well! Look at that! Another first pressing, I think. Lovely condition too. I'm actually impressed, yeah. As I'm remembering what I saw on the website last night, and because this, well, I say last night, it was early hours of this morning. I was on the website. So this is Speedway, featuring Nancy Sinatra, who's also in the movie. On the orange label there, RCA. Elvis Sings Flaming Star. Now, I'm going to say that this is first press due to what I found out last night on this particular website. But, obviously, later on I will double check. That's on the lime green label in RCA International. UK first pressing. But I am going to double check. And there's a few things I want to double check. And like I said, this is another reason why I'm taking them all out of the sleeves. Obviously, they'll go back in the sleeves afterwards, you know. So here we have Elvis, or better known as the 68 comeback special. On the spines, it just had Elvis TV special. Because that is the original title for it, Elvis. Singer Presents Elvis, if you want to call it. But obviously over the years, it's got known as the NBC TV special, and the 68 comeback special. This is on the orange label. Now, this is what I want to check. Because this website, because this is a UK pressing as well, this might be a first edition. I'm going to check though. Here's another edition. This is, again, Elvis. Again, a UK release. This might be a later release because there's also available cassette. I am going to check it because if I'm correct, oh no, this is on this label here. I absolutely love this label. I think this is a pretty cool, snazzy label. I like the way that Elvis has done the font. I think it's pretty cool. Excuse me, I do apologise. Okay, this is RCA International. This is on black, again, black, silver. Now, this one is Elvis in the 90s, so this is definitely a reissue from Elvis in Memphis. Advertisement here for the 60th comeback. However, I do think I do think that this is an original. It says also available in stereo. So there are little things I'm going to check out. Copyrighted 1969. So I'm going to check. This is more like a laminated front. That doesn't feel like a laminated back. It's on the RCA orange label there. So I am going to check, because what I like about this site, like I said, it even tells you the differences on the labels and if something changed on the label. Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. Say, for instance, a first pressing had Victor there, and say a reissue had numbers there. It tells you those little differences and what to look out for as well. So I really do love this website that I found, which I did send to my good friend this morning. Well, he's not my friend. He's not a friend. He's my brother. Yes, I sent it to my brother this morning. His name is Rossi, who I absolutely love to bits. I asked him if he could check it out for me, because he is he knows what he's talking about when it comes to vinyls, I'll put it that way. And he helped me, you know, a lot with it. So in fact, it was Rossi who sent me quite a number of these vinyls I'm showing you. Okay, this is from Memphis to Vegas. Elvis in person at the International. But then when you open it up, because it's a gatefold, you've got 2 albums. And when you close it, you've got another album back in Memphis. So it gives you, on here, it gives you the track listing for the live album. And on here it gives you the track listing for back in Memphis. Because from there, on the first one it says from Memphis to Vegas. And then on there it got from Vegas to Memphis. Now when this was released, it came with some photographs. I don't know whether, I can't remember. Because like I said, there's a lot of life left, you know, just left out of my mind. When my collection was destroyed, I took everything out of my mind. Literally everything. Yes, there are a lot of them there as well. There are photographs which Rossi did for me and included. I'm not sure whether, I don't know whether the UK had these or not, but cheers, bro. You should put some in the other one too. These ones are different photographs. Okay. Now, when I had my father's collection, I remember this album being the Devil. I do. But also in my dad's collection was the separate albums of both of these albums. So, like I said, my dad did have a food and portrait in there. Okay, then we have Let's Be Friends. Great compilation. Another reason why I'm a little bit jittery from time to time, my vinyl collection, it's hard to look at sometimes. This is another reissue, I think, because obviously you can tell the colour difference between those, and this is on the blue label. Looking through the website last night, I was seeing things that really did jog my memory back to my dad's collection and what was destroyed. And that's why I gotta keep on talking, otherwise I will get emotional and I don't want to do that. Okay, so Almost in Love. I love this artwork, I love this cover, I love the album too. I know, again, lime green. I do know in the US they had a different cover, and I gotta be honest with you, nothing against any collector in the US or any Elvis fan in the US or RCA or anyone. No offense to anybody, I prefer the UK covers much better than the US covers. Then we have Elvis, That's the Way It Is. Now in here there are two vinyls, mainly because I had a vinyl and well, let's just say that the one cover was in very bad condition, both on RCA orange label. So I might have two first editions there. I'm gonna check them obviously, as I'm gonna check everything. But yeah, RCA, That's the Way It Is. Now this is a reissue from Camden of Elvis's Christmas album, but it's not the 50s version. No, this is a compilation version that was put out. The gospel songs was taken off, and the other songs replaced. When I do my next video, I am going to go more fuller into detail. This is on the Camden label, RCA Camden. I am going to go more into detail about the history behind if a certain song was taken off, or if a US track listing was different to the UK's. I'm going to go into detail when I finally do my other video, which, like I said, won't be for a while. I got a lot to collect, I think. Okay, so I'm 10,000 years old, Elvis Country. Now this is one that says a special color picture inside, and the vinyl is on that label. I am sorry, that is my stomach rumbling, because I'm also on a diet as well, and I think my body's getting used to the changes. Is there a colour picture inside? Yes, there is. Come on, everybody! Okay, I love this artwork. On the lime green. For a second, I thought there was something inside it. Okay, this is a reissue of I Got Lucky. Now, I've also got the original, but I gotta be honest with you, out of both, I like this one better because I think the pink and the artwork itself, I think it gives the album just a little bit more character. That's just my personal opinion. We're all entitled to them. That's my one. That's my personal opinion. So obviously when I spoke to my vinyls at the oh, this one actually has sleeve printed in England, record pressed in USA. That's an actual stamp that's on there. Check your copy of this version of I Got Lucky. Do you have that stamp? Check the comment below and let me know. Pretty cool. And here is the original version in this cover here. But you see what I mean? I just think that lovely cover, don't get me wrong, got nothing against it. I just prefer this one. So when I do sort things out, this would be one I keep the both versions of, to have the original and the later one. So okay, on the green line, lime green there. Okay, You Never Walk Alone. Lovely gospel album there. Now a lot of people don't really care too much for the Pickwick and Camden, or budget labels as we call them. But I do. I love them all. Love them all. Okay. Now this next one is a beast. Now I'm not going to take this out to show you. I'm going to leave this in the protective sleeve it's in. because this is the protective sleeve that's coming. I do play this from time to time, but I'm very, very cautious when I do play it. I'm very delicate, because this was sent to me as a gift. This is Elvis recorded at Madison Square Garden, but this is not the UK release or the American release. This is the Japan release. Now the mastering work, I think in my first video when I showed all my vinyl, I did take it out of the protective sleeve. So if you want to see what this is like on vinyl and the gatefold, because it is a gatefold with a little book, head to my first video. Go down my videos and find my first vinyl video, and I'll show you there. But it's in stereo. This was sent to me and bought for me as a gift by Rossi. And the sound on this, oh my lord, it's incredible. And it's the correct speed. I absolutely love this album. I love the way it sounds. So from time to time when I play it, like I said, I'm very delicate. I'm very delicate with all my records anyway when I put the needle on. So, brilliant. The artwork at the back and everything in the UK does have a different cover. The front cover, however, is the UK, is the same as the UK. I will get a UK copy to go with my collection. So yeah. Okay. Now these ones I might not take out the protective seal either. The protective things either, because yes, I do want to check on them, but the compilations of, the budget albums, as they're called, like, You Never Walk Alone and I Got Lucky and so forth, just put into a double collection. Will I keep these or not? I don't know. Yes, I had them when I was a kid, because like I said, my dad had everything when they first came out, and I got handed them down. They do mean a lot to me, especially this cover here. I did play it a lot, but going by everything else, I'm just not sure if it's something I'll keep hold of at the moment. Alright. Again, gatefold. I just want to focus on the main albums at the moment. But I still love it all the same. Okay, this is Elvis Singler's hits from his movies. Plus 2 recent hits. Okay. So that's this one here. Another Camden. Now this is what I like about our website, because it also gives you the history behind these releases. Some of them say RCA. There is some that instead of RCA here, it's got Camden on the spine on the side of it instead of RCA. So that's another good thing about this site. I'm looking forward to looking through it later and looking through my vinyl at the same time. I'm not. Okay, so this is Burning Love and hits from his movies. Technically hit from his movies volume 2, because that one's volume 1. So this is UK's Burning Love. Art International Lime Green. Now in America, when it came out, it had a picture with it, I think, if I'm correct. Another Camden. This is Easy Come, Easy Go. With the same artwork as Come On Everybody. And yes. Now remember, I don't have all of his albums yet on vinyl, so I'm still collecting. That's why there's quite a lot that's missing. So I am still collecting. One of my favourites. Aloha from Hawaii via satellite. Brilliant artwork on this. Although some fans at the time, or what have you, and over the years and collectors and stuff, kind of moan about this particular picture. When I do my full video, I will give you the history behind it all. RCA Orange Label. Again, I'm sure this is the first pressing. Comes with the sheet here with all the songs on each side. In the US, the songs are all listed on there, whereas over here it's not. It gives you when it was recorded and the date and so forth and the time. Okay, now this album holds a bit of a special memory for me, which I will tell you. This is a full album. This is the first pressing. I know this one's the first pressing. Although this is quite thin, I'll have to double check on the record of this, mind. It's got Dynaflux on it. So I am gonna check the vinyl. I know the covers are first edition, but I've got 2 other versions that I'm sure are first pressings as well. So, but they just don't have this on there. But the vinyl itself, I'm going to check with on this site. And if this is not a first pressing with a Dynaflux on the vinyl side of things, but yeah, one of these ones are, I'll just swap the vinyl and put it in the correct cover. So there we go. Story with this is, when I first got this, I remember, not this particular one I'm holding, because when I paid for, I got destroyed along with the one, because I ended up with 2 of these. Obviously I had my dad's one from his collection and then my one that I bought. Because I didn't get my dad's collection until I was much older, and obviously when I was younger I collected myself. I remember going to a place in Cardiff called Kelly's Records, and this album was there, and they had this one with the sticker on and one without. Now the one without ain't even any of the 2 that I have by here to show you, which is the same album. It was a very laminated cover, and the vinyl had a black label on it with silver writing on, black and silver basically, and it was quite thin, whereas this one here with the sticker was quite thick. So I asked the guy what was the difference, and he basically stated to me one was a copy and one was an original. At that point I was still learning, because I was so young, I was still learning about how vinyl worked and what was first pressings and what have you. I didn't really know that kind of information at that time. And like I said, I was only a little kid, still learning. And I bought the one was £10, and this one with the sticker was £35. And I bought the one at £10, took it home, played it. But for some reason, this one was always on my mind. I loved the way that the album looked with the sticker. And I liked the feel of the cover better as well. But it was just on my mind. So basically, in the end, I remember being a bonfire night, and I come home from school, and my father took me straight to Cardiff on the train. And I got this version of the vinyl. So I ended up with 2 versions. The copy went not long. It went long after that went. So that's the story behind that. Let's put a Dynaflux on as well. Okay. Full album again. It got known as the full album. The original title is just Elvis, but because of this here, this sticker which says, including the hit single Fool, RCA 2393. Because of that sticker, it's got known as the Fool album over the years. And yet, what's ironic about it, yes, the first song on the album is Fool. And there's also another song, which is not on this album, it was released early on in the 70s, called The Fool. So, this was released in 73. The Fool was released, I think it was 1970 or 71. I think it was on the country album, I think. And so yeah, but it's got known as the Fool album. So it's that one. Again, UK. Everything is the same on that. This one. Now this one's a US pressing of it. Still, I am going to just double check the vinyl itself with the this is on the tan label. This is on the tan label, so this is definitely not going in there. So I would say that this is manufactured by RCA Spa, Rome, Italy. Okay, and yet the cover says, oh no, made in Italy. It says right at the very bottom, very bottom, in very well. You can hardly see it because of the cover. Right there. So, made in Italy. So that's an Italian pressing. Okay, now this one is a US version. Now, I'm not going to check this one. I'm not going to take this out. This is a gatefold. This is the commemorative album. I remember that one that my dad had. It wasn't until I got hold of this that I got told that this one was quite rare to get hold of. So that's one I'm not going to check. I'm more focused on getting the UK, the first pressings of the UK. So here we have A Legendary Performer Volume 1. Now this originally came with like a booklet you could take out and stuff. This one doesn't have it, although it's the UK. So I'm guessing this is a reissue. Oh, it has the sleeve with that on. But I'll check anyway. This is a mono. This is a RCA orange label. But I'll check anyway. Can't remember if Rossi gave me this one. Can't remember. so many. So many. And then we have another one on Camden. The King. Which on this album, what's good about it is that this was the first time the songs that got recorded after the Aloha satellite show, which was Blue Hawaii, Early Morning Rain, Hawaiian Wedding Song, Cook Report, and No More. Well, they were re-recorded after the satellite show, and this was the first album release that those versions was on. So it's that. And then side 2, you've got a selection of songs from movies, which is like Relax, Baby, If You'll Give Me All Your Love, One Broken Up for Sale, So Close Yet So Far, From Paradise, and A Happy Ending. So, The King. Pretty cool cover, actually. I like this cover. And then we have Elvis, Separate Ways. Now, again, no offense to the US releases, but I love the UK covers, and I think that, again, brings more character than the US. Raised on Rock. Now, this is a first pressing. The cover is a little bit worse for wear. Seen better days. But again, it's what I love. It's the nostalgia. Okay, the other side is a bit worse, but much worse. But again, I just love the nostalgia. If I do find a little better quality cover at some point, yes, I will replace it. But again, I just think it gives a little more character to the album. That's the orange. Okay, maybe now I'll start another pile. Right here. Okay, another first pressing that I have is Good Times. See, again, these little snags here and there. Again, I don't mind. It just gives that nostalgia look to it. say orange. That's the other thing too, because these labels also change. The labels, and like I said, that the site I found gives you and it tells you what the changes were. So, okay, this is hits of the 70s. The orange label there. The Camden release. This is the US mail. I think now that I'm older, I'm going to be a little picky here and there. Hey, Snowy. That's my bird in the background, if you can hear any whistling. I do believe this is the first pressing, and this is in mint condition. This is also UK. This is The Promised Land. Brilliant, brilliant album. Now, I only paid £10 for this. And it is in mint condition. And I mean mint. So, happy with that. Elvis Today. Another great album. That's like, got some really bad things there on the top. I'm not going to repeat myself. You know I love the nostalgia behind it all. Although this is a US release. On the orange label there. Okay, 40 Greatness. I'm not going to take this out. It is a great gatefold. But also know this is a first pressing as well, so I'm okay with that. Don't need to check it. This one's a gatefold. I'm not going to take it out. This might not be one that I keep. This is called Solid Rocks Elvis. Again, this is like the budget combination sort of release, so I might not keep hold of that. This is a French release, I believe. Yeah, Paris, a French release. And whatever I decide, no. Let's look over here. Oh, the order doesn't really matter too much. Any that I do get rid of here. Rossi will always get first refusal on them. This is another one that again I might not keep. This is called Elvis Presley. This is a double album. However, this one's not a gatefold, and it's the same on both sides. Again, just reissues of the Camden albums, you know, US mail and Separate Ways and so forth. Elvis Forever, Elvis Presley. Again, I'm not going to check this because from what I found out, I don't need to check it, that's for sure. Some of them are quite easy to find out about, as I'm sure you can tell the way I'm not taking them out. Okay, Pictures of Elvis. Should be green. Yes, dark green. Well, yeah, grass green. I do believe that's the first pressing. A Legendary Performer Volume 2. And this one comes with the book. Sleeve. And then we have, now I found out that this is actually a reissue of From Elvis Presley Boulevard, Memphis, Tennessee. The first issues had recorded live underneath here. but still a cool album to have. Great sounding. So, from Elvis Presley Boulevard, Memphis, Tennessee. Another one of the collections that you open up. This is volume 2. Again, I'm not going to take it out. Now this one is an interesting one. This is, it says it's in London, so it's the UK. Or should I say designed? But I think it's printed and made in Great Britain. Although I believe this is a different release. This is mono, and it's got Elvis Presley 40 plus sound, great sounds. It's that one there. The KTEL label. Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? I love this album. This is also fantastic artwork. It's got that font as well that I love going across the top. And I do believe this one is a first pressing. But I do. I love it. Great sound as well. Great sound. Okay, and then we've got a reissue of Moody Blue. Now I do know that I'm being sent, not only am I being sent an original US Christmas album, which is the red cover, which is different to the UK, which is a gatefold. I'm also being sent a blue vinyl of Moody Blue, which is what I've been trying to find and get hold of. This is a later reissue. That's cool. Now I also have what I believe is an original first edition UK edition of the same album, Moody Blue. But again, I'm going to do some checks. But it is on the orange label. It sounds fantastic. Okay, now this was, I'm actually, just let me take a little swig of my coffee. I let it go cold. Anyway. Elvis in concert. I'm going to check the vinyl because I haven't played this in a while. Let's just... Now this I'm very, very happy with because when I got handed my dad's collection when I was a bit older, I hadn't seen it on there. It's the first time I'd seen it on any edition, and I have searched the internet and I haven't seen, whoop, sorry, I moved the table then. I haven't seen this sticker on any of the Elvis in Concert versions that I've seen. So this is Elvis in Concert, and that hype sticker there, I've seen on TV containing My Way, and then 2XHH. Got the catalog number there on the top. I do believe this is a first pressing. I've never seen that before. I was on a group at one point, when I put this picture on there, somebody kind of said, "Oh, no biggie, I got this and this and this and this and this." Don't you hate when people try to be better than anyone else? You know, arrogant and yeah. So I couldn't care less, really. Right. The only thing about this is it does have some red ink or something. I guess something's tipped on it, or maybe a pen has leaked on it, or something, or a felt. So maybe I will look for. Maybe I will go with another first pressing. Obviously, it won't have the sticker on it, but just to have it without that. But still, I don't really care. Again, it shows its age. It shows nostalgia. I love it. Do you have this particular version? And do you want the sticker? Please let me know in the comments, because, like I said, I'm regaining and I'm relearning and everything else. And I love, I love obviously looking at other people's collections, and because I love watching all the other YouTube videos where other fans and other collectors are showing their Elvis collection, which is where I got the inspiration from for this channel. Let me know if you've seen that particular hype sticker and if you have it on your Elvis in concert. It'd just be really interesting to know, because I've searched and searched and I haven't seen it. So maybe you can shed some light on it for me. Loving that. Did I show you the back cover? I know I showed you the inside, the gatefold. Okay, so this is a reissue because it's got the R on the back. I'm not going to take this out. This one here. I think this one's a French release, I think. Is that one? This is cool. It's Elvis in Demand. Now we have the Elvis tapes. Then we've got A Legendary Performer, Volume 3. Again, this has got the book. Let's see if I can turn that on. I can't. Okay. Oh, this is the picture disc. It's pretty cool. It shows how long I last looked at my vinyl collection. Well, I looked at them the other day when I was showing you them, but actually this video is a little better than the one I did the other day, which due to an error, I couldn't use. It was an unfixable error. So, and I didn't show you the records in that one either. I just showed you them in the sleeves. But here we go. Okay, this one is US pressing. This is Elvis Sings for Children and Grown-Ups too. Then we have Elvis 40 Greatness, and this is done on special pink vinyl, special pink pressing. I will show you this one. Although that could go back in the sleeve now, because it's not something I need to check. But as it's out, it's out. So this is a pretty cool. I'm going to take it out just to show you this. This is a cool cover. I love this artwork. I think it's pretty cool. I'll put it back up there and show you the close up there. So, yeah. And then each vinyl is like that. Special pink vinyl. Now I don't think I got to show any more. I don't need to check these, because these, funny enough, I did check last night. I get these out quite a bit, so I did check all of these. This is Elvis's Son, 56 Sessions Volume 1. I know they're not in order of release because I've got this one after that. This is the 56 Sessions Volume 2. And I've just realised what the time was too. Elvis, A Canadian Tribute. This one again, I don't need to check it, but I will be keeping it. This is the one I will keep. Well, I've collected all the first editions or the UK first editions, should I say. That's my goal anyway. And after I collect all of the first editions is when I'm going to do my next video. Sorry, my knee. When I collect all the first editions, I am going to be, parting with, some of the reissues and so forth. The odd few that I am going to keep. Obviously, Rossi will get first refusal. So here's He Walks Beside Me. Love this album. Favorite songs of Faith and Inspiration. I'm not sure why I took this one out, because it doesn't need checking. Some of them doesn't need checking because of what I found out on the website last night. This is Our Memories of Elvis. This is the first volume. And then there's this one here, which again is like the others, the other compilations which I said about. Then you got Our Memories of Elvis Volume 2, More of the Pure Elvis Sounds. Then we have Please Don't Stop Loving Me, Camden. And then we have Elvis the Sun Collection. And now this is a reissue. Now that 40 greatness, not only do I have the arcade version, which is in the brown cover, and not only do I have the special pink pressing, but I also have the standard pressing. Same artwork, only this is on the black label instead of the pink, and it says Elvis and it says Presley in there, look, instead of on special pink vinyl. But other than that, the artwork is the same. A reissue of Pictures of Elvis, RCA International. So I do believe the first one I showed is the first edition. This is another fantastic album. This is Inspirations. And yes, it does come with a limited edition print. Now I do have that print, but it's not in here. It's not in here. I think it's upstairs in my memorabilia box. And now it's out, it's staying out, and I'll put it back in the label. Then we've got Elvis Presley Sings Libra and Stoller. And from what I can gather, it first got released on the RCA International label. So I'm not going to take this out. I'm pretty confident about that. Although checking again later on, when I'm doing some rechecks, I may find out that I'm wrong. So, but there we go. I'm 90%. So this is a double album, Elvis at his best. And this is, it is a UK release, marketed and distributed by RCA. "20 Greatest Hits Volume 1. Basically, this is the first record in the 40 Greatest Hits, basically. Will I keep it? Not sure. Yeah. I think you see my dad with his vinyl. Like I said, yeah, he did have all the first editions. He bought them as soon as they come out, and he had every album from 1956 right up to 77, to the last album, to Elvis in concert. Then compilations that came out then after Elvis's death, and just before obviously before Elvis's death, like the compilations like Welcome to My World and Elvis in Demand, and some of the other compilations like the Camden releases. He did get all those. After Elvis sadly passed, yeah, there was, you know, obviously more releases kept on going, and he collected albums right up until like 1990, which I'll come to when I show you it in this collection. There is still a few compilations yet that I don't have, like Blue Rhythms, um, and some of them obviously I do, which I'm showing you. They are, as long as I get everything from 56 to 77. Afterwards, then that's when I'm going to be very picky. Yes, they meant very sentimental to me, but you know, when you get certain albums, you'll play more than others and so forth. It was kind of like that for, you know, the from 77 onwards. You know, after Elvis passed and everything. So I am going to be very picky. I guess because I'm older now and I realise a lot of stuff as well. I'll never get back, never ever get back what I once had. But here we go. You know, there, isn't it? Elvis Presley, The Ultimate Performance. I loved this compilation. Very fussy with compilation albums, I'll be honest with you, especially live ones. But this one was absolutely brilliant. And that does still get played quite a bit today. Elvis. Guitar Man. The European side of Elvis. Romantic Elvis. 20 love songs on the Elvis 50th anniversary label. Elvis, a Legendary Performer, Volume 4. I'm not checking this, it already tells me what edition it is. 50th anniversary. And this is It Won't Seem Like Christmas Without You. This is pretty cool album. This is on the 50th anniversary. Now, I had this one and Volume 2 and Volume 3. This is obviously the 50th anniversary edition. A couple of years ago, I had the chance in a shop in Abergavenny to buy volumes 1, 2 and 3 again. They were £10 each, and they were the first pressings and in mint condition. My head was all over the place a couple of years ago, the things I was going through. And although I was concentrating on what I was looking at, I didn't have the money at the time. And I should have just turned to my wife and said, look, you know, can I grab these? And, you know, but I didn't. I just left them. So, yeah. I do regret it, though, I'll be honest with you, because I went... I had to go and get my guitar done recently, and I went to the same shop, because the shop I got my guitar done was in Abergavenny. And I went to the same, went back to the record shop to see, just out of curiosity, if they still had them. Bearing in mind it was a few years ago that I'd seen them there, and they didn't have them, so I was kind of gutted, but it was to be expected, you know, as well. By some miracle they did have them. I would have probably said to my wife, could we, please? Okay, this is The Legend. The Louisiana Hayride Records Mono. That's all the ones I'm leaving in the plastic sleeve that I don't need to check. Elvis, Scotty and Bill, the first year, and this also comes with it comes with a book inside as well. comes with a book and some nice photographs in. Right, now this one I kept mainly because I love the cover. Now I don't, if I get a record and it's volume 2, I usually don't keep it. It says 20 golden hits. And I just love that cover. I don't have volume 1. When I had a Job Lot Records, volume 1 wasn't in it. So, got it. But, do you know what? It's giving me an idea if I put like something together on a CD. Use the cover, just change the title. One that I used to play all the time when I was a kid as well was I Can Help. It was kind of funny because obviously when I had my dad's collection, I still kept quite a lot of the records that I bought myself anyway. I never really used to play my dad's collection. Obviously I was much older when I had that. Was my later teens, and by that point I knew, what was rare, and I knew the value of things. I knew that they were in pristine condition, and I just, something special about them. I didn't want to ruin them, so I just played the hell out of my ones. Elvis Rocks, 14 golden hits. This one is a cool vinyl to own. This is a gatefold. This is Essential Elvis, Volume 1. Featuring original and alternative versions from Love Me Tender, Jailhouse Rock and Loving You. Now, at the time of the release, there were a few songs that were unreleased at the time of this release, like the Love Me Tender, the unreleased version of it, the original version of I Want to Be Free, Take 11, and so forth. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Basically, the versions you hear in the movies are basically on this album. And then, now, obviously I got everything on CD and vinyl, mind. I got everything that he's ever done on CD. Managed to collect everything. I'm still collecting bits and pieces when it comes to CD, but all the original albums and so forth I've got on CD. It's just the vinyl is quite sentimental to me. Anyway, this is a fantastic release. I remember buying this as a kid. I got a memory when I was a young kid. My father picked me up from primary school, and we went to a place called Bargoed here in South Wales, UK, and it was that quick. Across from the bus station, there was a record shop, and can't remember the name of it now. I think it began with an R. I can't remember it, but we got off the bus. It was a little shuttle sort of bus. We went right over to the record shop, and I remember I didn't get the vinyl, and I didn't get the CD, but I got the cassette, the double cassette, and it was such a quick journey. The bus that we got off was going on, because obviously buses go to they leave Caerphilly, they end up in Bargoed, they go back from Bargoed back to Caerphilly, that's the way it goes. That's how it is here in the UK anyway. So we got off the bus, straight over to the shop. We were that quick, we bought the cassette, went back over to the bus stop and got on the same bus that we caught up. We caught the same bus to get back home. The same driver and everything, because I remember when we got on, the driver said, "That was quick," and my dad then was talking to the driver. So yeah, that's the all-time greatest hits, and obviously later on I got it on CD and then obviously on vinyl. So yeah, great compilation. Okay, so I'm now at the last vinyl in this section that I got to show you. This was actually the last vinyl in my dad's collection. It was at this point he had stopped collecting, and it was with this album here, The Great Performances. Obviously, this is a replacement. Now, this album was quite unique at the time. Not only was there a documentary with the same title that came out, which this was like the soundtrack of, basically, and it mentions the Great Performances is available on 2 videotapes from Bonanza Vista Home Video, and the noise in the background you just heard is my wife. She just come home from shopping. So yeah, what was great about this release was it was the very first time that Elvis's first, actually I'll just read this to you, including first ever recording My Happiness. That was the very first recording Elvis did before That's Right Mama and all the rest of the hits. And it first got released in 1990. So a great album. That's the back cover. That's where, in my dad's collection, that's where it stopped for him. And there was CDs and stuff that he got, you know, afterwards and stuff like that, but for vinyl, that's where it stopped. I'm going to show you this. Now, this is just where I end my Elvis collection. In 1979, after Elvis's, a couple years after Elvis's death, there was a movie made called Elvis. That was the original title for it. Kurt Russell starred as Elvis, and a lot of people to this day still thinks that Kurt Russell was doing all the a lot of people to this day still thinks that Kurt Russell did all the singing, but he didn't. And I choose to end my collection with this album because I just think it's a good way to end it, really. This is Elvis the movie. Well, Elvis, sorry. Over the years, it has become known as Elvis the movie, and I think there was two releases on VHS over the years as well. One release, sorry. In America, it came out on with a cover that says Elvis the movie, but the original title was just Elvis, and the vocals was done for the singing was done by a good friend of mine, a guy named Ronnie McDowell. He is an American country music legend. He's an artist in his own right. He has released so many albums. I couldn't count how many. I got them all, and I'm proud to say that I do a lot of work for Ronnie with the Ronnie McDowell Radio. Thanks to my good friend Chris McDaniel, who got me involved with everything. And you know, Ronnie's a fantastic singer, just amazing. If you don't know, if people here in the UK may not know who I'm on about, but you should do though. You should do. Check him out. He's amazing. But he did all the singing for this movie, and Kurt Russell lip synced to Ronnie, or mimed, whichever you want to call it. But that's the original soundtrack for that movie. So that's where I end my main collection, and I think that's where I'll always end it. I do, however, have just a couple of more things here to show you. Okay, now, when I was 7 years old, my I'm not going to go into detail, but my mother took me to the indoor market, as we call them over here in the UK, and it was for my 7th birthday, and she gave me an option of picking whichever record I wanted. She just said, pick whatever you want. And And I still own that original vinyl that she got me. That was the only vinyl that I really was able to keep. It was never really in with my main collection. I always tried to keep that away because it was so precious to me for certain reasons. And it still is. And I still have that vinyl that I'm talking about. This is the vinyl that my mother got me for my 7th birthday. I mean, it's it's worse for wear. It's kind of scratched a little bit because I wore it out. But yeah, that's the original record. That's the only one that I kept. That was part of my original collection because I never kept it with my vinyl collection. And then quite a while back, I as part of a group on Facebook, which I've now left due to a matter of opinions, I would say. But the admin who runs it, he sent me a package. I'm not sure if you can see it, but this is in really bad condition. I can't play it. If I put this on now, it'll start that. Well, it's bad. It'll go like that. But I'm keeping it because of what it is. So I put the whole story on the group. I put the picture and the whole story and the history behind what this means to me. And my mate Adam sent me a package. Adam's also the admin of the group. And in that package was this. This is the one my mother got me. And I was sent this as like a replacement for me to have it. So I could play. So there's the one my mother got me here. This is the replacement, which when I received it, it was very unexpected. I didn't really want to leave the group, but for certain reasons I just wasn't comfortable there, so I left. But I do thank the people responsible from the bottom of my heart for sending me these, because not only was this sent to me, this says a tribute to Elvis, side 1 and side 2. But they had sent me side 3 and side 4 to go with it. So, yeah. They are part of my Elvis collection. And they mean a lot to me. So thank you. And this one here goes back here. And even though this is with my Elvis collection, I don't need to worry about it getting destroyed. And here is another Elvis picture disc I have. This is pictures of Elvis. I forgot about this one actually. This was in a job lot that I had, which I put it in a sleeve. With one of these paper sleeves in between, so it's like a sandwich type thing. And that goes, I guess that's really where my collection really ends, but it's not something I really show if that makes sense, because I don't really play it. I guess that's the reason why I didn't take it out. So yeah, that's gotta go. I'll put it on top of my turntable so I know how to put it away. The other thing that I got to show you is 2 box sets. This is the first one. This is called American Trilogy. Inside you have one, which is 1955 to 1958. And then you have this one, 1960 to 1968. And then you have 1968 to 1974. So, great combination. American trilogy. Bit worse for wear, but it's still cool to have. And then we come to, this has been seen, probably every one of you may have seen this before. This is a common set. It's not rare, but you can get it, and sometimes it's a little bit beat up. But this is a pretty cool condition. This is Elvis Presley's Greatest Hits by Reader's Digest. I remember the very first time when I was younger, when I had this set, I kept on thinking to myself, why was this record put in here? Now it comes with the certificate, or the guarantee then, Thursday, and it comes with the Elvis Story book. Now, let me show you, this is a record that I never really thought should be in there. So let me show you the actual set first. In here, you've got record 1. Got the one up the top corner here. Now, all the designs look the same, so I'm just going to show you the label just once. Now that's the back of number 1. A little weird back, right, when you first look at it. But then, and then you start getting them all out. You look at number 2. Look at the back of that, and you've got his face. I think by now you can probably guess. Those of you who've got the set will know, obviously. Anyone who's still discovering Elvis, if you're a young fan, or if you're and you're collecting vinyl, you may not know. Number 3, you've got another part of Elvis. So basically, when all the parts, when you turn them around and lay them all together and put them in order, they basically make a massive picture of Elvis. It's number 4. So it's a pretty cool set to have. And the records as well are in mint condition, so whoever had this set just obviously didn't really play the records, it was just kept. And there's the last one, number 6. Okay, so the record that I thought, obviously when I was younger, and when I had it off my dad, I thought, how come he's put this one in there? This shouldn't be in there. So me being me now, looked at it, and I thought this is a really weird sort of, okay, I'll just put it just before the set. I remember him saying, you know, it goes in the box, it goes in the box. So, alright, fair enough. And then, over time then, I used to see this particular record on its own in shops and in marketplaces with a price tag on it. So I was like, over the years, it was like, I knew it wasn't in part of that box set, but there must have been a reason why. But as years went on, I found out that it really was part of the box set. It was just a bonus album in the set, and that's Elvis in the movies. And makes more sense because even the record label's the same. So yeah, which is pretty cool when you think about it. So yeah. in there. Close up the box. So yeah, that's Elvis Presley's Greatest Hits. I love the cover on that as well. Love the cover. So, and that concludes my Elvis vinyl collection. I hope that you've enjoyed, and I hope maybe I've shown you something you may not have seen before, or if you're a young fan that is who is still getting into Elvis and still learning and collecting Elvis. There's been a lot of videos that I've watched recently with the younger generation who have been collecting vinyl and who are still discovering things. And in the videos, you've been saying what you've discovered. Because I know one of them's also subscribed to my channel, so I guess when I'm saying you, then I'm kind of speaking to him. And I've there's one guy. I can't remember his shoes name now. I do apologise for that. I have subscribed to him. There was a few things he didn't know that I happened to know, so I was able to pop in the comments and everything and give him a helping hand there. Because that's what it's all about, really, is helping each other. It's not about being better than one another. It's about helping each other. We all love collecting. We're all fans. It's not like, well, you should get things from here, you should get things from there. You know, we all get things from where we can, and things ain't cheap these days either. We've got to look after the pennies. The cost of living and everything, I think not just here in the UK, but all around the world has gone up, up, up. So we've all got to do our best and be grateful for what we got. I'm truly grateful for what I've got. If anything, 2020, whatever everything is, it really did teach me that, you know, you never take life or anything for granted, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. You know, you're not going to know what's going to happen within the next 20 minutes, for goodness sake. So, you know, we've all been through a lot. So yeah, I'm truly grateful. But if you can better yourself because you want to, then why not? I mean, it's like me now. I want to collect all the first pressings, the UK first pressings, that is. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be in weeks. It could take me, could take me even a few years. But just take your time, live each day, and do the best you can every day. And just, you know, just look after yourselves as well, and, you know, just do everything the right way. But always be grateful, never be ungrateful, and, you know. So, again, I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm going to say that I always say I'm going to do a video once a week, due to a discussion I had with somebody yesterday. Well, a discussion I had with my wife, because I was on a bit of a downer yesterday. And because I do so much, so much, I never stop, never take a breather. And basically, I am now going to be doing a video maybe every fortnight, maybe one every fortnight, because I need to take a step back from a few things and take my time. It's a new year, 2023. It's a new start. It's a fresh approach with everything. So what I say to all of you is, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in about 2 weeks' time. In the meantime, though, I will, you know, upload some Elvis programs and everything, some Elvis music as well. But as I said in my video, some of you may have seen it the other night about copyrights and strikes, and you know, it's very misleading. So even if I upload something that says copyright claimant found, but the copyright owner is allowing you to use this footage or to use this content, I'm still not going to hit the publish button. I'll just click cancel. Nah, it's not worth it. Because, like I said, I'm not going to go over myself, but just say it quickly. If a copyright owner is going to allow you to use content, if there is a change in circumstances, don't give us a strike automatically. Have a heart and think about other people. Think about the people who've built up the channels and built everything up. you're going to really make them, you're going to be that sad and shallow and pathetic and make us lose everything that we've built up over the years. I don't think that's fair. Yeah, okay, I understand if there's changes, ask us first to take the stuff down. And if we don't take it down, then I can understand you automatically giving a strike if we don't take it down. But give us that chance, yeah? Be fair on other YouTubers and people who have really worked hard to build up their channel. And obviously, you know, the videos I'm going to upload, if it automatically tells me it's going to be blocked, then fine, obviously I'll click cancel, I won't upload it. Because that's what YouTube does. But if there's no copyright issues in anything that comes up when I upload it, then I'll publish it for you to watch, listen to and enjoy. So until next time, take care of yourselves. God bless you. Thank you.